It's Friday, January 6th, 2017. I'm your host, Sarah Mannel. We have a great show in store for you today. High school students in Barnstable may not be able to brag about their class rank for much longer. Altering school start times is still on the table, and Sandy Neck is not just for the summer. We have tips on winter activities on the popular beach, and so much more on this episode of Barnstable Today. In our top story today, class rank may soon be a thing of the past at Barnstable High School. It's a move many high schools around the country are making to make sure students are not overwhelming their schedules and increasing stress levels. Principal Patrick Clark says this will be even more important when students add a class to their schedules.
So going back to look at the history of it, in 07, 11, 14, and then again recently, really in 16, the school counseling department and other folks at the high school have done substantial homework around the costs and benefits of an exact class rank. And now that we're talking about one of the concerns that has come up, we heard it from the student council and we've heard it from the leadership team, we heard it from our BTA representatives, is the question of if we're going to have students choosing a seventh course, do we do some things to try to have them make reasonable choices in terms of what that course should be? And some have described it kind of as an arms race mentality about the class rank, and can we do some things to calm that? So
this was the first presentation to the school committee. The proposal will again be brought back before the committee for a vote in the near future. The school committee is still considering a change in school start times. Research has shown that a later school start time for high school students improves performance and mental health. Chair of the School Start Time Subcommittee, Stephanie Ellis, says they recently received a consultant's report on the biggest issues involved in a change of that magnitude.
Which was we were able to digest it. It was large. So we presented that to the committee. We reviewed it. We started looking at a few other options, narrowing down a little bit more. We've gone back to transportation, our in-house transportation, to give us some, further in-depth analysis of some of the suggestions that we were able to obtain. And then we're going to be meeting again. And I really feel like we're starting to narrow down. It's taking us some time, but I really feel like we're doing its due diligence with this process. So. More to come.
And that subcommittee will continue its work. We, of course, will follow that story very closely. The Committee to Assess Homelessness will again discuss a controversial plan by the Sheriff's Office. The plan would utilize a Hyannis home as a transitional shelter for former inmates. Town Manager Mark Ells will update the committee about recent meetings held with Sheriff Cummings about that plan. The Committee to Assess Homelessness meets Monday, January 9th at 6 in the Selectmen's Conference Room. The Bay Street boat ramp in Osterville is getting some improvements. That ramp will be closed today through April 15th for the reconstruction process. Residents and motorists are advised to avoid the construction area. Up next, do you think Sandy Neck is just for the summer months? We're going to learn about some great winter activities at the popular spot from Beach Park Manager Nina Coleman. I'm here on Sandy Neck Beach with Sandy Neck Beach Park Manager Nina Coleman. This is one of the most beautiful spots on, I think, not just on Cape Cod, but really in the world. It is so pretty here. One of the greatest things too, the bird watching is fantastic on Sandy Neck Beach and Cape Cod. Cape Cod is known for bird watching.
Absolutely. Yep.
Really interesting to see that someone finished their big year this year on Cape Cod. So one of the things people get really excited about is snowy owls, and they've been coming to Sandy Neck for a couple years, right?
Sandy Neck has had a snowy owl generally over the winter here for many, many years. Of course, we had that year where we had multiple animals when there was a lot of snowies Cape wide. Yep, every year we have a snowy, and we enjoy it very much to go out and see it every year. And it does spend the winter here. It's coming from the north and coming to a warmer place, which is kind of odd to think of this time of year. But coming to overwinter here, where the weather is more, settled and quiet, and then going back up north in the spring.
Wow, hard to think that this is a more settled climate.
Or
It's pretty
warmer.
cold out here.
I guess so, yeah.
So, do a lot of people come to just try and get a sighting, trying to capture a photo maybe of a snowy owl?
Absolutely. We have a lot of questions about snowies. This year, our resident snowy is way down the beach. It's not really accessible by a hike unless you have all day. And I just want to remind people too, if you do see a snowy here or really anywhere, be respectful of that animal. We don't want to continually make that animal fly. That takes a lot of energy. So we need to keep our distance and not walk in the dunes. That's another thing. People are crumping all over the dunes, all over the Cape looking for snowies.
Right, trying to get that shot, trying to get that photo.
Right, and it's frustrating because they have their cell phones too, so they want to get right up close to it. We get a little thinking just about us and not about that animal, so we need to keep the distance.
And the ecosystem here, we definitely do not want to damage the dunes.
We
So
definitely do not. No.
very important to stay off the dunes. Well, being out here in Sandy Neck, we were walking out here for our interview, saw someone hiking. Sandy Neck people still come to Sandy Neck to enjoy it over the winter time. What is there to do in the winter here at Sandy Neck?
Absolutely. Well, it is really a beautiful time of year. The landscape is just so barren, and the colors are just really intense, and a lot of people are hiking. I would definitely recommend a winter hike on Sandy Neck. The Gatehouse can give you a map, and there's a lot of different distances. Gotta be careful, keep an eye on that weather, but certainly a hike. Bird watching is phenomenal, not just snowies, but these big winds out of the north push in a lot of seabirds, and you get very unusual sightings. So we have a lot of folks that are bird watching.
Interesting. So you can still see lots of different birds, even in the wintertime.
Absolutely, even more so in the wintertime. This is when we do start, in the fall, we do start seeing like the really high-end birders out here with their millions of dollars worth of equipment.
Really?
Trying to, yeah, oh yeah, and it's written that way out. Birders have a lot of materials on where to go, and Sandy Neck is one of those primo spots to come and see birds. So bird watching, hiking, certainly if we had snow, which we probably will eventually, great place to go cross-country skiing or snowshoeing, but stay on the trails. Again, it's tempting to want to get up in those dunes, but stay on those trails, and amazing. I've done it out here. It's just wonderful.
I would have never thought about snowshoeing or snow skiing out here. Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for all the tips, because I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite places in the whole world. Every time I come here, it's an amazing experience and such a beautiful spot. So anything else we need to know about wintertime in Sandy Neck?
Yeah, those of you that have off-road vehicle stickers, you need to still, follow all the rules and regulations. You need to air down, and our hours on the beach are greatly reduced for safety reasons. We're only allowing vehicles on the beach 8 to 4, and watch your tides. They're a lot bigger in the winter, and people can get, stuck out there.
Awesome, great. Thanks for all the tips. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Sarah.
Look forward to chatting with you again in the future.
All right, you take care.
Our guest today was Nina Coleman, Sandy Neck Beach Park Manager. Sandy Neck, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Tonight, you won't want to miss the Blacklight Zumba Party. To learn more about that and other happenings at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center, we popped over to chat with General Manager Joe Izzo. It is winter time, and sometimes that means that it's more difficult to get outside. You don't really feel like taking that beach walk that you might be inclined to take in the fall or the spring or summer. And we're looking, maybe some snow is headed our way, so we can actually take advantage of the HYCC and still get in that exercise at a very low cost.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the walking track is a climate-controlled environment, and we have some windows in our gymnasium, so if you want to see the snowflakes fall, you can definitely do that. But as you're exercising and getting your work in up on our walking track, you can do so very comfortably and without having to worry about slush and potholes.
Or slipping on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just being uncomfortable and cold. My little ears get chilly. It causes some earaches when you're out there for too long. So this is a really great way to come. I also like the fact that if you're a family, you have multiple children maybe, you can all go.
Definitely.
And everyone can take advantage of something else.
Yes.
Everyone can stay busy here.
Yep.
So what kind of things, let's say a parent is going to come with their child, what kind of things can their child do while maybe they're walking on the walking track?
Yeah, depending on the day and time, we have open gym hours available, and then also our game room in the youth center is available, which has ping pong and pool tables and foosball and air hockey, and we also have a computer lab with 8 computer stations in there as well. So if you're up on the track getting some work in, and we have open gym time, your son or daughter can shoot some hoops, or run around the gymnasium and get a sweat going, or maybe play some pool or some foosball and hang out in the teen center.
That's fun. And too, thinking about getting exercise, I always like to get exercise in more fun ways. So coming to the gym and shooting hoops with the family is a great way to get an exercise, but it just feels like fun.
Yeah, definitely. This time of year, we have open gym predominantly during the week, and during the daytime hours we have, as we've talked about many times, we have a lot of high school activity here in the building, and some youth basketball as well. So our open gym time during December, January, February becomes a little constricted, especially on the weekends, but we try to offer it during the week, and then in March and April we really open up in the open gym hours, both during the week and on the weekends.
And let's talk about, I said earlier that it is affordable to become a member here, and really it is a bargain. Talk to me about this year's rates for membership for an individual and a family.
Sure, yeah, this year our rates remain the same this year, and we offer a 12-month membership, so if you sign up in January, your membership is good for 12 months. So
that is so nice.
Sign up today, it's good for a year from today. So, and it's $20 for an individual membership. So if just you wanted to sign up, it would be $20 for a Barnstable resident. For non-residents, $40. And for a family of 4, we've offered a combo deal, like a family discount. And for a family of 4, it's $60 for 4 memberships. And then any additional membership above the 4 is an additional $15. So we've tried to make it as affordable as humanly possible. And, if you break it down by the month, I think it's less than $2 a month.
It's amazing. It's an amazing deal, really.
Definitely.
I mean, you can't find a better deal on the Cape.
No, definitely not.
I love taking advantage of the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. And, you guys have some, like you mentioned earlier, basketball season is in full swing, hockey season is in full swing, so you have some big games coming up as well.
We do, yeah. Actually, this weekend, tomorrow night, Saturday night, the 7th of January. I can't believe we're saying January 7th, but the Barnstable High School boys varsity and boys JV will take on their arch rival Falmouth here at the HYCC. The JV game starts at 5:30. The varsity game is at 7, and tickets are $5 for adults, $3 for students and seniors. So that's traditionally a huge game for Barnstable High School, and fans come out. And
do you usually see that parking lot out front fill up?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, we see the parking lot fill up most nights, but especially for Barnstable Falmouth, it's a big night, and it's
that
always
rivalry is quite a draw.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. So we're looking forward to another great game.
And really excited about this event we're going to talk about too, Blacklight Zumba.
Yeah.
This sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Going back to my favorite way to get exercise is having fun. Zumba is nothing but fun.
Yeah.
It's dancing, and they really do easy to follow routines. So if you have no experience, this is something you can still join in on.
Absolutely, yeah. You can literally walk in off the street and come and participate in this program, and you don't have to feel overwhelmed because you don't know any steps or any moves or things like that. They have a group of instructors who come and make the night super fun, and it's going to be held in the gym tonight, Friday night, from 6 to 8 in the gym, and it's $10 per person, and it's being used as a fundraiser. And we work with the YMCA, the Cape Cod YMCA here on this program, and we sort of partner up for it. And they've done it for, I believe this is going to be the 3rd year that it's held in our gymnasium. So the first year was a great success. The second year had even bigger numbers, and we're expecting more of the same tonight to see a little growth.
And two, if our viewers maybe haven't heard of this event yet, it's okay for them to come and sign up right here at the event. So they can just walk into the event, sign up here, pay the fee. And I think for kids, it's even cheaper. It's just $5, which is so reasonable.
Absolutely.
And like you said, it goes to a good cause.
Definitely. Yeah, and we have information on our website, on our Facebook page. And or if you have questions during the day, you can give us a call.
2 hours of Zumba. I don't know if anything sounds better. I think that sounds like a really good time.
Yeah,
Blacklight Zumba, no less.
Zumba. So the lights go off, and the black lights come on. on, and it's a real festive atmosphere, and the music is loud and crazy, and the instructors have so much energy and so much excitement, and it's just it's a really neat thing to see, and it's even cooler to participate
So
in.
pull out that neon spandex
That's
and
it.
head to the HYCC tonight,
right.
6 to 8.
Right, 6 to 8.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Joe, for chatting with us, telling us all about what's happening here at the HYCC, as well as what we can expect in the next few months.
Great.
We really appreciate it.
Sure.
Our guest today, Joe Izzo, General Manager of the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. The Recreation Division will soon have an assistant director. To tell us more, Patty Machado, a Director of Leisure Services, is joining us live on the phone. Patty, very excited to hear the news about the new hire.
Oh, yes. It's a long time coming. I'm very excited and look forward to moving forward and being able to provide the services that, without any glitches that we've been having. So this will make a big difference for us.
Yeah, and are you able to tell us who that person will be taking over the position?
I am. John Gleason has been promoted to the Assistant Director of Recreation, and he's effective today. So unfortunately, we don't fill the other position for a while. So he will be acting and still running his programs that he is currently running until we get someone new on, and then he trains them to take over his programs. And we will be having a little bit of a shift here. We're going to try and reorganize a little bit who does what programs and streamline those things a little bit more. So I'm excited about moving forward and being able to service the public better. And I think John will do a great job in moving us forward into the next century, as they say.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be here forever, as they say. So.
Well, I will say he's been with the town for a number of years. How long has John Gleason been working with the town?
He's been with us for 14 years. He came from us. He actually did his internship here. He went to Springfield College and then did his internship here with us. And during that time, he ended up meeting his wife. I mean, it's a wonderful story, actually, his life story and his involvement here. But he actually has a job as the program coordinator that his wife actually had. So he pretty much took over. It was a couple of years later, but took over her position and has done an awesome job with it and has helped the beaches and just been a fabulous employee and has actually done a lot of things above and beyond the job scope of a program coordinator. So he's been, kind of edging and preparing and learning as much as he could within his position. So
important, I think, to take advantage of those that we have on staff who are really making it happen for us on a day-to-day basis. I love to see that someone was promoted from within. Always a good way to go, I think.
Oh, I think it's awesome. I mean, he asked what he needed to do for, the future and what my recommendations were and involvements in certain things that he needs to get involved with. I mean, he's on the state legislative branch for the Mass Recreation and Parks Association, so he's dealing with all the legislature that's out there that is new to recreation. He's up on top of that, and he's also presented at the Mass Recreation and Parks Association. And he got his master's degree in recreation. I mean, he's really been preparing to move into an administration role.
Wonderful. Well, look, congratulations to you and, of course, to John Gleason. I know that is
really
really going to help.
The whole town, quite honestly. It's
Yeah.
really, the whole town is a winner on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk to you a little bit about a high school basketball league that's actually kicking off tomorrow.
Yes. We had to push it back because John runs that program, Gleason, and he had some surgery done. So we pushed it back, and it'll start January, which is when the games started anyway. So we will be starting tomorrow, weather permitted, and it is at the Hyannis Intermediate School, and we start at noontime, but registration is still going on. So you can go online and still register and get all that information. If you have any questions, you can call here at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center at 508-790-6345, and John Gleason is happy to answer any questions you may have. But it's a very competitive league. We're hoping to have 6 to 8 teams fielded. So the last couple of years, we've filled that program, and it's pretty good basketball. Barnstable High School turned away 100 kids from Barnstable High School basketball. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to fill that void.
great opportunity for those individuals who may not have made the high school team. I mean, we know they are limited in what they can, how many kids they can put on the team. So a great opportunity for some of those kids. And I know I've talked to John about the program in the past, and he said sometimes kids go through the program and continue to attempt to make it onto the high school team and eventually do. So a great way to continue your skills, not give up on the sport, even if you don't make the high school team.
Right. And John, he has so much knowledge basketball. I mean, I don't think people in the town even realize he was an All-American at Springfield. We actually took a bus of kids to Springfield one year to go to the Hall of Fame, and then we went and watched the high school team. And at the time, we didn't know it, but John Gleason was on that team, and he was the star on the team. So our kids were enamored with him. So I'm not sure if that didn't pull him down here to Barnstable in some way.
Yeah. So
doing the same thing now with Molly Bent. How's that? You know, same thing.
Let's talk about that, because this is a really exciting thing. Molly Bent was a Barnstable resident who I think she played with Tabor, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yes. Well, she played with Barnstable first. Her dad was the coach, but she grew up here, and she grew up in the rec programs. You know, with her, I mean, John had her ear the whole time. Again, John's influence in helping in the guidance area, and her dad is amazing. And he ended up coaching. She's very driven. She's naturally driven, and she's got natural ability. But she works hard, and she has been working hard here in Barnstable to get to attain the goal of going to UConn. And we've seen her in the newspaper. She's been on the front page of the Cape Cod Times sports section. So we're offering that opportunity for everybody to go there, root her on, pump her up. The coach of the team is very excited that Barnstable is willing to come to, come there to promote one of theirs. You know, so and it's one of ours. So it'll be a great trip and a great opportunity to see some really good basketball. And
really affordable too. What a cool opportunity later this month to I think it's $50.
Yeah.
It includes your bus fare as well as a ticket to the game. So really cool. And there's no age limit. This isn't targeted towards teens. This is targeted to everybody. So no matter
for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So no matter what age or where you fall, you can join in on this trip. We'll have
fun with families. It's a great family trip, you know. It's like, and you can watch it on you can watch it on television. I mean, everything's on television for the most part with them. So it's something you can continue to watch Molly afterwards, you know. So it's something to engage your kids. If your kids like basketball, it's a real great opportunity to have the opportunity to watch her on television when, you know, you go to the game, kind of get her all pumped up, get the kids to know her even more, and then you come home and it's like, you still want to watch it. They want to watch the game.
Yeah.
And again, more family time, you know. So there's nothing better than a family sitting down and watching a program together and not be in separate rooms or on their iPhone or their whatever. I think it's just be a really cool way to build a family. And all our basketball teams here on the Cape, especially our girls' basketball teams, you've got an opportunity to really help your child or help the athlete see real competitive basketball at the best caliber possible, the top.
Absolutely. Hey, Patty, thank you so much for joining us today. And I want to say, too, we're going to have full details about how to get tickets for that trip to Connecticut to watch the UConn women's basketball game in our community calendar coming up. So really appreciate it, Patty.
Thank you.
Look forward to chatting with you again soon.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Our guest this morning, Patty Machado, Director of Leisure Services. Now we have a really fun treat for you today. Our fabulous videographer, producer, Sarah Beal, went over to the Senior Center and helped them with a mannequin challenge. We're going to share that with you now. They sure do have fun over there at the Barnstable Senior Center. Now let's find out what's happening around town in today's community calendar. Well, you can get a chance, as we spoke a little bit earlier to Director of Leisure Services Patty Machado, you can get a chance to see Barnstable's own Molly Bent play for the Yukon women's basketball team. The town's recreation division is hosting a bus trip to Hartford January 22nd. Tickets are $50 and include your bus and game tickets. You can contact the town's recreation division for more information or to buy tickets. Well, Cape Cod Beer is starting off the new year with a new concert series on the first Friday of every month. There's no cover charge to attend First Fridays. Tonight's band is Sarah Swain and the O-Boys. The event is tonight from 5:30 to 8. We don't have any meetings here at Town Hall today. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. We will be back Monday with a full lineup of guests, including Michael Gross from Cape Cod Community College. We'll also have our Principal's Perspective segment and so much more. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mantle.